Hello guys, Rotordil here, and today I'm with the Bugs 3H, and this guy is a neat quadcopter, brushless quadcopter, really agile and fast one. And for the first time we have attitude hold as also the normal Bugs 3 functionality, which is obviously without any support, and you can switch between these with one or two modes over here. So today we'll go for a flight and see if you can use this quadcopter as a semi-racing or beginning racing drone. And also there's an option to connect the camera to the drone, and you can use your action camera and get a flying quad that actually has a camera for a really cheap price. So like always, you have more information in the description of this video. Let's do the unboxing and go back here for a flight.
Hello guys, Rotordil here, and today we have the new Bugs 3H from the MJX Company. And I really like this company because we are talking about a company that produces very stable quadcopters. I've basically flown most of their products, and for the first time today we are seeing attitude hold on a brushless quadcopter. So if you want to have a quadcopter that's basically semi-racing drone but with the capabilities of taking fluid and stable footage, you will basically want to take a look at this quadcopter. I ordered the one without the camera because I can install any action camera I want on this quadcopter and get it flying. Before we go on and unbox this package, I just want to say that if you are for the first time on this channel, make sure you click on the subscribe button. I'm doing lots of reviews for amazing gadgets and products. So by subscribing, you'll also be a part of that, of the community we are creating. And in the end, we are planning to do some cool giveaways, so you want to join the channel. Let's unbox everything and see how the quadcopter looks like, and then we'll go for a flight and test it out in the field. Okay guys, so here we are with everything out of the box, and I have to say the quality you get on the MJX products is just amazing. This is basically the Bugs 3H, and we are seeing an amazing design with high quality plastic all over the place. The brushless motors also are very clean and just look high quality. And basically we have two versions that we can use this quadcopter with. The first one is with short legs, which you can use to get with FPV flight, for example. You can actually install an FPV camera yourself. But the second version, which is better if you want to use a full-fledged GoPro camera, for example, is by using this adapter, which you get for free with the box. By installing this adapter to the bottom of the quadcopter and using these legs that you get, you basically get longer height for the quadcopter to carry an action camera. So that's just an amazing thing you can do with dual functionalities here in terms of carrying a camera with this quadcopter. The battery bay is over here in the back, and as you can see, it's also high quality MJX product, and we do get an XT30 plug over here, which is a small XT60, and that's about everything I can say about the quadcopter, besides that it has a big LED over here in the front, 4 LEDs on the bottom. Very nice remote control with everything labels. This is where you can change from attitude hold mode to normal flight mode. As you can see, the stick goes back to the center because it's set at attitude hold. This is mode number 2, and when I change it to number 1, it basically doesn't go back to the center. So a mechanical plug over here changes everything. And if I change it to number 2 again, it goes back to the center and then goes back to the center every time. So that's how you control between attitude hold mode and normal flight mode. We have also this gimbal, which will move the quadcopter wherever you want, front, back, left or right, and also get more height, decrease height, and turn the quadcopter around. 4 other buttons. The first one is LED lights, turn off or turn on the engines, move between 2 different speed modes, high or low. Camera button, which will not do anything if you have my functionality right now, my package right now, which is without camera. And the secret button over here, which is the L1. This one basically does flips on a brushless motor. That's crazy. I haven't seen something like that.
Okay guys, I just want to add, this quadcopter also has flips. This is the first brushless quadcopter I have seen that has a flipping functionality. This has been done using this button on the back of the quadcopter, the L1. You press it and choose a direction. Let's do it again. That's it. You can see quadcopter that does flips and also has brushless motors. If you want to impress people, this is definitely a new functionality I've seen in brushless quadcopters, and it's really funny that it exists. Just had to add this to the video. It's crazy. you have to basically keep it pressed and then choose a direction. Even with high winds it works. Let's see, that's it, that's a backflip. Amazing. And because we're using altitude hold, it goes back to the same height. I love it. I love you Bugs 3H.
Lots of other features and stuff that you get. Basically, like I mentioned, the big feature is the ability to connect another camera or a GoPro camera to it and then have 4K videos. We get 4 propellers and then 4 extra propellers. We get the legs for the quadcopter, which you don't have to use if you are flying it like so. Propeller guards, which are huge, and another charger, which you can use to obviously charge your battery, extra set of propellers, and the famous, world famous screwdriver. So that's almost everything. That's actually everything you get with the packaging of the quadcopter. I'm just gonna get ready for a flight right now. For you, it's gonna be 2 seconds. For me, it's gonna be half an hour. I hope you enjoyed the flight. Let's go outside and fly this beast.
Okay, so when turning on the remote control, you must keep pressing this red button, and then you connect the power plug to the quadcopter. This is basically creating the binding procedure between the remote control and the quadcopter itself. And currently I can start the engines just by pressing this unlock button. I'm starting by using actually the normal flying mode, as you can see now, just showing you the capabilities of the Bugs 3 while it's flying without altitude hold. And one thing I must mention regarding the Bugs 3 is that it basically has the best flying capabilities I have seen in any quadcopter without any assistance. I can basically keep my height, as you can see right now, without any altitude hold functionalities or anything else. And the quadcopter just flies amazing. We do have brushless motors here, so we have enough power to do anything we want. And this is in low speed mode. I can change to high speed mode right now, and you can see just how agile this quadcopter is. And it's amazing, it's crazy. So we do have a front LED that we can see even during the brightest sun like I am in right now. And I'm just gonna land the quadcopter after just looking at the different lights. We have, I think, purple lights on the back and white LEDs on the front, on the legs of the quadcopter. Definitely a good quadcopter for night flying. I can also turn off the lights or turn them back on. And I wanna land the quadcopter just to see how we can basically use the altitude hold functionality. So basically I'm now landing it. As you can see, very precise movements. And I'm gonna switch back to the different, I'm gonna first turn off the motors. Let's see how it's done. Okay, so long pressing this button will turn off the motors. I'm gonna switch now to altitude hold mode and then launch the quadcopter again. Okay, so I just changed to altitude hold mode. This basically means that my gimbals always goes to the center, and I can now unlock the quadcopter and push up on the motors. So now we are flying with altitude hold, and usually you want to go up at least 2 meters to get this function to behave properly. Like you just saw, it did decrease a bit in height. This happens when you are below 1 meter. So as you can see now, no need for touching the altitude function, and it's just amazing. You can basically fly this quadcopter even if you are a beginner. Because it has brushless motors, it's still very aggressive, so you can evolve on and then later on install your action camera. And because this is a very responsive quadcopter, even in high winds you will still be able to fly this guy very successfully. And it's working, the function is working. It's actually a dual, it has a dual navigation function that works, also normal mode and altitude hold mode. There is a bit of deviation. We can see sometimes like 20 centimeters of deviation in height, but still good enough. And I don't feel like I have less control over the quadcopter. So for beginners, this is definitely a huge plus. And as you can hear right now, I do have winds coming from my right, and I usually recommend flying against the wind, so the quadcopter will always go back to you. So all in all, just an amazing quadcopter over here, the Bugs 3H. Really recommend this guy, very aggressive. You can obviously change to low speed modes, and then when you are flying in altitude hold, you can basically fly this quadcopter, take your selfie, and basically enjoy your flight. So I hope you enjoyed this quick review and unboxing of this amazing Bugs 3H quadcopter. So you do get a low battery alert on the quadcopter and on the remote. And this is just amazing. I know when the quadcopter has to land. Like always, I'm putting you some videos that I recommend to you to watch that are of other neat quadcopters here on the left. And on the right, you can subscribe to the channel to get more information about cool gadgets. And if you have questions about this quadcopter, let me know, because I definitely am going to fly this more after this video.